Okay, here is a question from functions. It's find the inverse if fx equals 9x squared minus 3, and x must be a positive. So this way we're guaranteed that an inverse does exist, so the function can be injective. The method that you probably have seen in class is the one where you let y equal to 9x squared minus 3, and then you rearrange and you solve for x. But I want to show you an alternative method. Basically, you try to list the actions out here step by step. Let me show you what I mean. So you start off wanting to calculate 9x squared minus 3. How would you do that? Well, first you would have to be given an x. And then the first thing you would do is you square it. So you would arrive at x squared. And then the next thing you would do, if someone asked you to calculate this, is you would times it by 9. Times 9. So you'd get 9x squared. And then the last thing you would do is you would subtract 3. And then you would arrive at the answer 9x squared minus 3, and then you would have your answer there. That's what you'd do. If someone said calculate this when, say, x is 5, first you would square the 5, then you would times by 9, then you would minus 3. It's your usual BIMDAS rule. To find the inverse, all you do is reverse this process, starting at the bottom, ending here, and reversing each operation. So instead of subtracting 3, you would add 3. Instead of times 9, you would divide 9, and instead of squaring, you would square root it. So let's think about what that formula would look like. You would start off by adding 3. In this case, it's almost like you start with the x here instead of starting with the x on the top. So you would add 3, that's x plus 3, done. Divide 9, done. And then root it. Done. And that's the inverse. So you've just reversed the operations starting at the bottom. So start with x, add 3 instead of subtract 3, divide 9 instead of times 9, and square root it instead of squaring it. We can check the answer here. For example, what's f of 2? F of 2 would be 9 times 2 squared minus 3. That would be 36. 4 times 9 is 36 minus 3, so that's 33. Now, what would be the inverse of 33? That would be root 33 plus 3 over 9. That's root 36 over 9. That's root 4, which indeed equals 2. So this works. So that is the inverse.